What's going on, guys? I'm Jada Black. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in. I want to talk about Zoe Kravitz. Zoe Kravitz is getting flamed on social media due to her posting about what happened at the Oscars. As a matter of fact, let me show you one of the posts that went viral. She posted 2 photos on her Instagram. This is one of them. This is the first. She says, "Here's a picture of my dress at a show where we're apparently assaulting people on stage." She also posted this one. This was the second one. She says, "And here is the picture of my dress at the party after the award show where we are apparently screaming profanities and insulting people on stage." So Twitter did not like this. Twitter did not like this whatsoever. And they started to bring up the things in her past in regards to Jaden Smith. Because she made some very weird comments about Jaden when he was 14, when he was getting more well-known. As a matter of fact, let's go to the like section of my Twitter page. Okay? And this is, I liked a bunch of these tweets. But this is one of them that caught my eye, and it's talking about how she was talking about how handsome Jaden was and how she wants to hang out with him when he's a little bit older, and she's kind of thirsting for Jaden Smith. As a matter of fact, let's look at the article here from Daily Mail, because the Daily Mail is the only people that wrote on it. Everybody else is praising Zoe Kravitz. They're writing all glowing articles about her. You know, the thing about Zoe Kravitz is Zoe Kravitz is a female that has never met a Caucasian guy she didn't want. Okay. And, you know, she's been getting a push in Hollywood. So they want to make her look good. But the thing about Twitter is uncontrollable. Okay. And if you call out one of the favorites, they're going to go at you. Now, she hasn't really responded because it's happened last night. So maybe she thinks it's going to blow over. It's not going to be a big deal. But trust me, these things get bigger and bigger. Okay, you're thirsting after Jaden Smith when he was 14. You think that that's just going to be forgotten about? You think that people aren't going to bring that up? Because they are. And they're going in on her. So let's go into the Daily Mail article. Will Smith stormed on stage during Sunday night's Oscar ceremony and smacked comedian Chris Rock following a joke he made about his wife, taking aim at Will. Following the attack, Zoe, who's 33, used a picture of her awards dress to condemn the Fresh Prince actor's actions. However, Twitter is quick to remind Zoe of her own murky past and brought creepy comments she had previously made about the King Richard actor's son. Zoe Kravitz's condemnation of Will Smith appears to have backfired as fans flock on Twitter to slam the star for historic comment about the actor's son. After Will Smith stormed on stage during the Sunday night's Oscar ceremony, smacked comedian Chris Rock following a joke he made about his wife's alopecia, Zoe hit out at the star's actions on social media. Taking aim at Will following the attack, Zoe captioned an Instagram picture of her awards dress. "Here's my dress at the show where apparently are assaulting people on stage." However, Twitter was quick to remind Zoe of her own murky past and brought up the creepy comments she had previously made about the King Richard actor's son, now 23, when they starred in After Earth together when he was 14 and she was 24. When asked about Jaden during an interview with V Magazine in June of 2013, Zoe said, "There were moments that I was hanging out with Jaden and thinking, I can't believe you're 14. I have to check myself. Like what I say to you. He had so much personality and so much swag. He is so much cooler than I am, and he's so handsome. I was always like, when you're older, you know, we'll hang out. Nope, that's inappropriate. You're 14. Online users were horrified by the inappropriate remarks and branded Zoe as a hypocrite, as they suggested she was in no position to criticize the screen star. Another person said, I love Twitter exposing these effing hypocrites like Jim Carrey, Judd Apatow, and Zoe Kravitz. They want to judge Will Smith, a man who's been a class act for 30 years, for one mistake, as if they haven't done worse. Get them all. You know, I will say this though. Like, in regards to Will Smith, I don't agree with hopping on stage and putting hands on Chris. I think there are better ways of handling the situation, right? But I think it's very cool to see that people are calling out these Holly weirdos like Judd Apatow and Jim Carrey, these hyper liberals who are so political, they got an opinion about everything. These people need to be called out. And I'm glad they're being called out. Will Smith, what he did, because people are saying it's fake, that it's not real. But people are really out here getting canceled over this Will Smith situation, man. People deleting tweets left and right. They're having this position, they're having to change. All because of what Will Smith did. He has divided a lot of people. And the people who actually win in this are the average everyday person who has to sit here and listen to these Holly weirdos virtue signal and talk about how great they of a human being they are and how they're helping everybody, but in reality they don't help anybody but themselves. And with Zoe, her thirsting after Jaden Smith, would I say her comments were like super egregious? No, but it did show that she was willing to openly admit her attraction to Jaden, which is what she did. She openly admitted her attraction to Jaden when he was 14. Which is weird in itself because you're 24. And I don't think she dates guys that are younger. A lot of guys she dates are her age or older, you know? So when you look at this situation with Zoe, I think Zoe got what was coming to her. You know, she's got BLM in her bio, but you know, she has basically not even want to embrace blackness. You know what I'm saying? Like, not be a part. Because I've seen some comments where people saying, well, she didn't want to be a part. As a matter of fact, I may have those tweets. Let's go to the Twitter. Let's see if I have those tweets. Yeah, this tweet here. It says, Zoe Kravitz is funny. I will never forget working at Essence and us trying to book her for interviews, covers, events. Oh, let me see so y'all can see it. Zoe Kravitz is funny. We'll never forget working at Essence and us trying to book her for interviews, covers, events, etc., and her team declining because we weren't her audience. And you go to her Instagram, she has BLM in the bio. I told you, these people are frauds. These people do not care about anybody but themselves. And what's funny is that they're trying to make her this it girl, right? I mean, she's a very, very cute female, but she's not what I consider an it girl because to me, she don't have the charisma for it. She did a decent job in the recent Batman film, but what was she doing before? I mean, she's been in a lot of different things here and there, but has she really stood out? And the media is going to protect her at all costs. They're not even going to address the fact that, look at this tweet here. This is a random tweet. It has over 129,000 likes. How can you ignore that? This tweet, 67,000 likes, where they're just exposing her. This was just a repost of them. 67,000 tweets. This got 78,000. Let's read this one. It says, Zoe Kravitz should have kept quiet. Now she's being outed as a predator, previously being in a relationship with a domestic abuser and being besties with another predator. What a time to be alive. Pots calling kettles, logs in eyes. You telling me, by the way, it's got 78 likes. You're telling me Zoe Kravitz was trying to flirt with a 14-year-old Jaden Smith, yet tried to diss Will Smith on Instagram? This got 145,000 likes. And this is what, listen, man, this is what you call canceling yourself. You know, but again, the media is going to ignore this because she's the it girl right now. She's getting that mainstream push. But I mean, if you say anything about Zoe going in on her, you're getting likes. See, this is what happens when you try to virtue signal in the wrong way, when you have dirt. I'm not saying, listen, and this is coming from somebody that's telling you that I don't necessarily agree with Will Smith going on stage doing what he did. But I'm not here trying to cancel Will Smith. I don't want his career destroyed. That's why, I feel like there are other factors that played into why he did what he did. But the thing with Zoe Kravitz is that there have been people waiting to get at you for a while now. And they've been waiting. And I see this with a lot of celebrities. You will not hear much about them until they say something that people don't like, and those people can finally go in. That's why you see all these posts. These are not just posts I had to go and dig up. You go look up Zoe Kravitz on Twitter. Everybody's going in on her. Not everybody, but a lot of people going in on her. These are just random posts I liked. Look at the likes. Almost each of those have almost 100,000 likes each. This is what happens when you're not as liked as you think you are. You get a lot of opportunity. They were talking about how she is Miss Nepotism because her mother and father were in the entertainment industry, and it is basically nepotism. It is nepotism because yes, she is Lisa Bonet's daughter, but she doesn't jump off the screen like a Lisa Bonet used to. But she gets a lot of opportunities because of who her mother and father is and who her stepfather is. This is what you call canceling yourself. She thought that she was going to virtue signal and put up those 2 posts going at Will Smith, and it ended up backfiring. It gloriously backfired. That's why sometimes you have to keep certain things to yourself, because you may not know it or not, but people are going to be waiting for the opportunity to get at you. And that's what happened. People waited for the opportunity to go at her, and they did. And I noticed a bunch of websites are not talking about this. A bunch of websites are ignoring what's going on. They're ignoring the fact that she's getting roasted up and down Twitter. Random people are getting 50, 60, 70,000 likes on posts. They're getting a bunch of retweets about Zoe Kravitz. There's a lot of people that don't like her. They believe that she's gotten the opportunities that she's gotten due to who her parents are. And I can believe that. I can believe that wholeheartedly. No talent of her own. She's getting put in these big spots because of, who her parents is. People might say, well, you can say the same thing about Jaden and Willow. Yeah, but Jaden isn't getting a mainstream push in the media like a Zoe Kravitz is. They're putting Zoe Kravitz out there like the next it girl. That's how they're positioning her. And there's a lot of people who don't support that. And they've been waiting for the opportunity to go in. And Will Smith, despite what he did, Will Smith still has a lot of supporters out there, man. Will Smith still has a lot of supporters out there. Whether y'all like what he did or not, there's a lot of people that still support Will Smith. And they think that Zoe is a virtue signaling hypocrite. Like a lot of these Hollywood people who are now speaking out against Will Smith. It's funny, they speak out against Will Smith, but they don't speak out against the issues going on in Hollywood. So let me know in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Check out my other recent videos on the Will Smith fiasco. Check out my latest live stream, my latest podcast episode. I'll put all those links in the description, and I'll see y'all next one.